Okay, we're back in Sunrider 4. So, this is New Game Plus. I have to put that out first and foremost. If we go over to Korath, we will, instead of having the Praetor's mission, have the Marquis mission. Greetings, Captain Shields. While I bid you farewell from our space not long ago, I'm humbled by the reality that I'm in need of your assistance once more. With my Union's cooperation, we've expanded the scope of our on-site fracking operations. Unfortunately, we have lost contact with one of our mines, and every team we have sent to investigate has gone silent. We could offer you a handsome reward if you could uncover what happened.
So,
We have arrived at our destination, Captain. Something must have happened to those miners. Lynn, what can you tell me?
なんだ
Well, you know, either they all got too close to the detonation and got turned into a plate of space spaghetti, or they got killed off by some pirates looking to score some easy andesite. If it was that simple, we wouldn't have been called back here, Chief. I was afraid of that.
要するに
I did some more research on those unknown elements of the tactical paradox score releases when converting rock to andesite. Sorry to rain on our parade, but I'm increasingly thinking that andesite is actually only a byproduct of what this process is actually creating. Each time a planet is fracked, rays of what we call particle X shoot out in random directions from the detonation. If you're unlucky enough to be hit.
そう
Captain, new energy signatures. Hold that thought for a bit, Lynn.
これは
Denari vessels are headed to intercept us. Hail them. No response. Could they be experiencing con troubles thanks to the gravitation distortions? No, something's not right. Condition red, all hands, battle stations. Understood, Captain. Condition red. Broadcast on all channels. Denari vessels do not intercept. Do not intercept. Change your heading and respond immediately. I repeat, change heading and respond. This is your final warning. No change detected. Alert, they are powering weapons. Shit, return fire. Now, the thing that I really don't like is when you go into New Game Plus, they start everything over from scratch. So, if you want to get those max achievement stuff, I don't know if you get less money for playing it on easy, but that's probably the best way to do it because you don't get enough money to max probably more than one mech per playthrough, at least without becoming strategically unviable. For her, I never even selected a reactor. We're this far into the game. We got 5,000. Just in case you're wondering, I have my triple shot here already. We are dealing about 700 damage, which is good enough. I'm not going to worry about this last point because it's just prohibitively expensive at this stage. For a spellcaster, gravity gun's a must. I don't know if I want to go for this one just yet, but the main thing is I can toss Phoenix around a little bit. The next upgrade I need is probably this. That will allow me to move a little bit. If we hop over to Dominator, I have Disable set to... Yeah, it still costs 90, unfortunately. I have a 3-turn thing. This was necessary for trying to kill Kushana. When we fought her, like that mission where she appears, I can't remember what it's called, she is a lot more difficult to actually kill this time. Mainly the issue is she has 10,000 hit points and pops in at like turn 5, so you have to deal 2,000 HP worth of damage to her, plus the damage that you need to deal to her wolves. And I couldn't get her to, I got her down to like 1/3 before time ran out, so I couldn't actually collect her bounty this time around. So I did end up relying on Disable. Once you have the wolves picked off, she can't undo the Disable on herself, so just go ham, and unfortunately just couldn't get through. I've also been using missiles quite a bit more here. That's too expensive for this stage. I'm gonna grab this. What's this? Yeah, I know why it says shield range here. Still in Titan mode. Oh, right, there's one thing I gotta show you guys before we wrap this up. In case you're wondering, the final Phoenix ability is that it has a chance to respawn upon dying. And the final spellcaster thing is it can die in place of the Murray. I will take one of these. I'm just looking at stuff. The numbers I'm looking at here are just stuff that plays off of full forward. The accuracy on this is helpful if you want to try to intercept missiles and stuff. I've been relying on Dominator just returning to sender. And in all truth, there's just no reason for me not to grab this here and now. That will allow me to send 4 volleys back per turn. The Denari actually do like their missiles, so it's a pretty good pickup. I'll go ahead and grab this. And this. And the reason for this, in case you're wondering, is just to make her better at intercepting missiles and stuff. By grabbing one more, she should be able to take down torpedoes without full forward, but we can still do that in order to just make it more probable. I will go ahead and grab one of these. And we're just throwing a lot of money into her. I'm not bothering with the melt armor thing because we're just going to use Sola to hammer through. So we'll set up this, that way I'm going to start needing to bring the energy cost down and her energy reactor up. Probably some points in accuracy also just to get the most out of it. Anyway, we can take off 1/5 of the enemy's energy if all the shots connect. So with that set up, we're going to hop in. And this is the mission we couldn't do because we went Praetor in the normal game. Now, in case you're wondering, I'm going to be playing this on Sunday to try to get through the Revian Temple. You're going to have to wait for the Claude ending and the secret ending for a little while, but I'm going to record the various endings of the girls leading up to that. I'm just putting them out one per day, if you haven't noticed. Anyway, they fire off 10 missiles, potential 300 damage. And I don't know what all would be different here if this were just a regular game. I assume there'd probably be a couple less mechs. Overall, it's not anything here that I'm worried about. By not having the... I gotta turn this down. I had to boost this while playing Azure because it's really hard to hear for some reason. Awaken up. So the hit numbers aren't too bad here. If you look at the HP of a Denari thing, it's 500. We will go ahead and proc full forward here. It's a little hard to get your command points in the early game, even on New Game Plus, so I had to ration stuff a little bit. Basically do things on different turns. And we will actually lead off with a disable on... where is it? You. Yeah, that's not gonna... it's not on the right angle. Oh well. I don't have a way to neural boost to 1000 or anything, so I'll just take that shot. Huh, it's the Stephen King I shot first, and that time it actually did work. If you didn't notice, there is an accuracy roll on the things that you pierce, so it is possible to hit one and then miss the things behind it. Don't forget, I have 3 shots, so I'm moving this closer since I don't have a to hit mod on it. Almost.
ご命令をください。猫耳をつけました。これで
I'm probably going to focus down these since they pack a pair of missiles. Yep, that does have a laser. One of the things I did notice that's different between New Game and New Game Plus, you encounter laser gear much earlier and have to bank on using the shield emitter and just Liberty shields. Now, like usual, we need to control our velocity, or inertia, we're going to call it, since they put Newtonian physics into this. Dude, you're done. There we go. I don't think I even need to move that far. I don't have any extra boost on her just yet, so that kind of limits the chaos I can cause. I don't know if you're able to get Paladin before coming here, but just keep in mind that is possible. So I'm just gonna drift and I'll probably stop there. Actually, we can throw out this. And I just try to use the missiles as diversions early game. Without the proper movement and turn mods, it's just too difficult to move them, where I just mostly let it coast. Kind of what I'm actually doing as I play, you know? Although I do need to get its energy up so we can fire the kinetic twice in turn. So when they only move like that, that's because they're firing missiles. And keep in mind their missiles deal 310 damage, so it's going to take off 62% of their HP if all of them are allowed to connect, and they don't hit armor. Now they normally have 6 points of armor, so that's going to reduce it down to 25 per hit, so it's going to take off half their health. One thing I've seen while playing this that's a little weird to me is they don't prioritize intercepting their own missiles. They'll stop and drop everything to intercept yours, but theirs, for some reason, they just don't seem to be able to detect. I don't know. Anyway, by having 3 turns of disable, I'm able to focus turn 2 and on for returning missiles, and by the time that ship comes up, we will hopefully have all this missile spam dealt with, and can just disable something else while we glue the ships that we need to back together. So we will return to sender. That one I may just want to intercept. Apparently I got a freebie somewhere. That's one of her things where something can happen without cost. It's a little crazy when that happens with disable. I think you actually get half the disable cost returned or something. Ooh, got it. So that took off its front plate. And they're not in good position yet for me to do the hopscotch thing.
ターゲットはエンジンを回せ。こっちも仕事だから恨むなよ。
So I want to use the gravity
今
gun
日
to
はラッ
reposition
キー
that.
だよ。クロード先生にお任せ。
I'm gonna pull Phoenix back because these guys can be sniped.
興奮剤お届けします。
何をすればいい艦長くん。
Just want to make sure we'll still kill it after
殺の
getting
一
the
撃
armor.
だ。
クロードに会いたかったでしょ。艦長様、クロード先生にお任せ。
This one I might have
別
messed up
に
the
お前
angle.
が好きだからやってるんじゃないんだから全然。
And I've killed that one because I didn't like the way it was looking at Dominator, and I'm serious when I say that. It was aiming for her, and there's not as much protection on her flank.
あら、見てたんで
I
す
don't have enough
か。
for another distract, unfortunately, because I would like to... He's gonna die to his missiles if he doesn't intercept.
ヒーローが通るぞ。道を開けろ。ライトアップタイム。ライトアップタイム。全身あるのみ。
Yeah, we'll just roll the dice.
もう
Doesn't really matter
俺の
if
調
it's
子
hit
が
or
悪いのよ。
miss. It's
そ
a
れだ
little
け。
early still.
今日はラッキーだよ。おっと、
マッチ。はい艦長。
やってるわよ。オッケー、わかった。
いつでも行けます艦長。
For 60.
直進
That's fine.
要ソロ。
Kinda want to save the torpedo for this. And I kinda wish they'd tell you what the odds are of Ava giving you the freebies.
ターゲットロックオン。ミサイル発射します。マレイ準備 OK。
Like, we have the resources at the moment, so I will fire this on.
前を撃て。
And then we can order a resupply. Now that I think about it, we could have actually ordered a gunboat. Just tells you how often I use that. And I'm wondering if I should do this just to get the achievement, but I don't know. If you didn't know, the way Divine Prayer, the achievement works, you just have to use this 5 times without saving or reloading or anything like that, so just cripple an enemy to the point where there's 1 left. So I could have actually got one of her torpedoes back. That's fine. Yeah, just use it 5 times and boom, you get Claude's achievement. So we're actually in good firing range and stuff for this. They might be close enough to where I don't have a chance to intercept this. Wow. I'm watching the laser accuracy. It's So right there you can see it lost half its health. That one still has its missiles, but those are far enough away I have time still. It's this volley you gotta worry about. I believe their stuff moves more per round than normal.
貴様の機嫌取りなんか
Or
絶対
a
にしな
fresh
いんだ
game,
ね
I should say.
ライツオフライツオフはい
We have one turn left to full forward.
狙撃開始着弾成功 いつでもいけるいけるファイヤーとウィル
So that was all 10 shots. Right now she fires 15. So yeah, we definitely need to boost her assault capacity somewhat.
ファイヤーとウィルライトアップタイムライトアップタイム艦長敵を狙撃する着弾成功ロック着弾成功ボタンを押せばいいですよねうっしゃ
We can fire missiles if we're so
フロード
inclined.
に会いたかったでしょフロード先生にお任せヒーロー参上今だとりゃアルスホー撃てうわ
So that should have
痛
taken
そう
off
だ
18 energy.
サブビームまたうわ
Another 18 off.
痛そうだ
So yeah, if I can get pulse down to 40, we'll actually be a lot better off with Genki. Melee costs 50 still.
マリー準備 OK 進行中
今日はラッキーだよ敵さんを捕まえました
待機中全訪問ターゲット戦闘不能
あら見てたんですか
So for this one, I just need to displace it so that it wastes its energy course correcting.
ボタンを押せばいいですよねアクセル入れちゃう
Okay, that one's good.
ターゲットはもっと早く行けるぜ
I guess it could turn and shoot Phoenix. If it were to do that, it could take off most of Phoenix's health.
いつでもいけるいけるかわせるもんならかわしてみな
はい艦長
こちらドミネーター敵を無力化した
And I have the energy, so let's
敵
do
シ
it.
ステムの無効化に成功した
Still zeros. So notice for this one to course correct, it has 1 energy left. This one, on the other hand, it chose to stop to
アー
spray
チエ
and
ンジン
pray.
損傷なし
So it's a 3% chance, 1
回
connected.
避成功
To each their own, I guess. I don't know.
2 みんなが大好きなクロードちゃんだよ。クロード先生にお任せ。
ターゲットは
Just making sure I have a favorable angle
エ
here.
ンジン全開。必殺の一撃だ。
Full forward has expired, by
アー
the
ク
way.
エンジェル。
It will barely be alive after I do this.
ターゲットロック。着弾成功。ロック。着弾成功。ターゲットロック。着。クロード先生が参りました。トラクタービーム起動。みんなが大好きなクロードちゃんだよ。心配しないで。クロード先生が来ましたよ。ご命令をください。敵さんを捕まえました。
So I'm just gonna pull it closer
マ
to
リ
the
準
moray.
備 OK。敵側全方敵消滅。
やってるわよ。あの雑魚どもの掃除は任せて。ヒーローが通るぞ。道を開けろ。カリッカリまで焼いた一匹ゲット。いつでも準備 OK だ。
Keep you disabled.
向こうの電子装備は大変なことになってるぞ。
And that's it, folks.
命令を。
So we'll turn Awaken off.
ご命令をくだ
We're
さ
gonna
い。
use a pair of gravity guns to
心
move
配
her
しない
closer.
で。クロード先生が来ましたよ。心配しないで。クロード先生が来ましたよ。アークエンジェル。
We can go one more. We're not really gonna do
Telecaster.
anything else with our energy this turn.
興奮剤お届けします。命令を。力よ来い。排除。
So this will take off its front plate.
着弾成功。ターゲットロック。着弾成功。
I could have actually done a neural boost now that no, I don't have enough for that. I need to boost the gravity gun or decrease the gravity gun cost
着
one
弾
more
成
time.
功。昔みたいにね。
We will
何も
drift.
任せあれ。
Rotate.
待機中。ヤクザのセンサーを切った。
I
や
could
っちまえ。
probably maybe kill it with disable.
こちらハイローラー。レーザーオンラインレ
That's a wrap.
撃つ。
I don't remember what you get when you play this on New Game, but our reward for doing this is 6,000 creds.
So
The Denari vessels have all been neutralized. What could have happened? Scan the wreckage for
聞い
survivors.
てください。
One moment, I'm receiving a faint message from the wreckage of one of the Denari vessels. Thank God, you stopped them. Lock onto the signal. We thought we were all going to be rich when we saw the Andesite, but then weird things started happening on the ship. The crew started acting funny. People I knew all my life suddenly changed. Everything became blurry. Then the screaming, it was everywhere. The Andesite had started screaming. You're safe now. Claude, send a medevac to the survivor stat. No, it's too late. It's only a matter of time. Everyone, we changed. If you let me out of here, the contagion will only spread. Look at me.
なんてこと。
No. The screaming, let it end. The spread, contain it, or else it'll be too late. Commander, lock weapons onto the survivor. Fire. Excellent timing, Captain. I have just closed an agreement with the mining union to open 5 new Andesite fracking sites. An avalanche of capital is flooding into the Denari Expanse. Within weeks, we are opening a new orbital hospital right here at Pharos. Marquis, there's a problem. The detonations, they're radioactive. According to our analysis, there's no way to make the fracking process clean. There's not enough radiation right now for it to affect population centers, but if you keep detonating worlds, remapping star charts is going to be the least of your problems. The entire Denari Expanse is going to be poisoned. I'm sending you the data right now. I see. This is certainly a hurdle. You've got to put an end to this before it's too late. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. However, I must ask that you delete all record of what you've discovered during the mission and leave this matter to me. I was afraid of that. You will not comply? I saw with my very eyes what it did to the miners. Marquis, if you were the one picking the andesite. Setbacks like this are a common occurrence in the mining business, so the mining sites may be more hazardous than originally anticipated. We can simply use drones to mine the andesite instead. If any accidents do occur, we can offer medical and financial compensation. Or perhaps we can research the tactical paradox core further to make the detonation process cleaner. But all that can only be done with capital. The Solar Alliance deals in credits, not goodwill. Now, Captain, all of the agreements have been signed, and the manpower, equipment, and finance is fully committed. You nor I can stop what has already begun. So I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to delete those records. I've completed the mission. Do as you will. You've made your choice, but what has it wrought? Was your decision moralist, prince, or something in between? Industry has roared back to life in the Denari Expanse. Seeking the promise of wealth, millions sign on with the mining union to gather andesite. For the first time in a century, the Denari look to the future with optimism. Yet in the dark carcasses of their worlds, horrors beyond their imagination await. For what seem to be their golden futures instead of a nightmare from which there will be no awakening. Those who crash to their fiery doom when their warp drives fail in the maelstrom of a gravitational detonation may have the kinder fate. The humbled Emerald fleet will sail forth once more, their reactors glowing resplendent in andesite and Denari blood, to fight in the name of commerce. Credits line the pockets of the powerful. Whether the masses will share in that fortune cannot be known, not even by a fortune teller, for consequences do not derive from actions, but fall like rain from above. The trajectories of each droplet unknown, chaotic, indeterminate, but a storm certain to drench all. And in that river of fate you drift, your oars long overboard, your sails tattered asunder. Your story continues. So yep, that's the other route. Now I'll record the scenes where the Solar Congress is falling just so you can see what happens when they show up instead of the Praetor. But the way this plays out, I think like the Praetor has the least of all evils in terms of their route. And if you want to see it just for yourself, Ikari has Reborn from the Ashes, chance to come back at full HP upon death. And Claude has Guardian Angel. If the Murray goes down, she could go instead. I just don't like that all these chance things are so vague. It'd be nice to know what the actual odds are without me just experimenting through trial and error. But anyway, I will see you guys at the Solar Congress fall and then the finale, unless something else somewhere changes.